So I've been using the iPhone 17 for a little over a week now, basically since the Apple event wrapped up, and I wanted to give you my thoughts, especially compared to last year's iPhone 16. Now, this is no joke, the phone that I was completely ignoring at first, and for good reason in my opinion. On the surface, it seems just like last year's, and all of the attention is now towards the shiny new Air or the massive and redesigned iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max, which is what I was focusing on mostly. But unfortunately for those phones, the 17 is by far and away the best value and the best phone in this price point, period. Every year I tell myself I want the smaller phone, and every year I end up with the largest Pro Max model. But this time around, the iPhone 17's 6.3-inch display has been absolutely perfect. It feels great in the hands, it's light, but it's not too light, big enough for watching movies and getting some work done if you need to on your phone, but it's not overwhelmingly huge like the Pro Max. Honestly, this form factor just hits the sweet spot. I might have to go with the 17 Pro this year instead of the Pro Max. The display here is probably the biggest jump in making the standard iPhone feel like a Pro model. We're talking a now 6.3-inch OLED panel with ProMotion adaptive refresh rates up to 120 Hz. Plus, you get always-on support, the first time for any of this on a standard model. Last year's iPhone 16 was strictly stuck at 60 Hz, no always-on, so this alone makes a huge difference in how smooth and responsive the phone feels. Apple also added their new Ceramic Shield 2 front glass, which Apple is claiming is 3 times more scratch resistant, and I'll be totally real with you. Usually, within a few days to a couple of weeks of using the phone without a case or screen protector, I'll notice some small hairline scratches that really only show up in direct lighting. You know, if I'm outside, I can see a lot of these little scratches. It takes a day or two. This year, so far, absolutely nothing. Zero. I haven't had the tiniest scratch that I can see so far, even out in direct sunlight. And that's after a week and a half. I'll report back after a couple of months with the other phones because they all have that same Ceramic Shield 2. I'm excited to see how this works out. I don't usually buy into the marketing hype, but this might be legit. Now, add in the new anti-reflective coating, and the glass not only looks better, it holds up better, and it now improves in sunlight, which is all good stuff here. Brightness is also excellent, so you get 1,000 nits sustain, 1,600 nits for HDR, and up to 3,000 nits of peak outdoor brightness. It's wild to see the standard model now rocking a display that feels straight up out of the Pro lineup. If you just picked up the brand new iPhone 17, you're going to want a case that not only protects, but also looks like it was made alongside the phone itself. That's where Casekoo comes in. Their new Cosmic Orange Titanium Magic Stand 360 is engineered with a premium titanium frame, polished to shine while staying incredibly durable, perfect for the very bold Cosmic Orange iPhone 17 Pro Max, which you all know is the iPhone 17 Pro model that I ended up pre-ordering. And if you want something more subtle, then the deep blue matte Magic Stand 360 has a sleek nubuck texture frame with a semi-transparent matte back that feels amazing in the hand. Both cases are designed for a perfect match. Every button, port, and curve lines up flawlessly with the iPhone 17. And unlike wide-open cutouts, Casekoo's D-cover semi-covered camera protection reinforces the iPhone 17's biggest weak point, the enlarged camera bump. Of course, they didn't stop there. Each Magic Stand case features the world's first patented 360 magnetic stand, perfect for hands-free calls, watching videos, or snapping photos. And it even doubles as a secure grip. As you can see, my hands are going right through it, and it's so much easier to hold this way. You're also getting drop protection with U-Shock airbags, stronger MagSafe charging with Casekoo's Mac Prime tech, and a design that stays crystal clear and resistant to yellowing over time. Right now, Casekoo cases are available on Amazon with a discount that's up to 33% for a limited time. So don't wait, protect your new iPhone 17 with a case that truly does it all. Thanks Casekoo for sponsoring this video. Now the overall design hasn't really changed much from a looks department. Still glass on the back with an aluminum frame, but because of how light this phone is, I've actually been enjoying this form factor a lot more. The lighter build makes the whole phone feel easier to use with one hand, even with a slightly bigger display from last year. And we get some new colors this year. So there's Lavender, Sage, this one is Mist Blue, alongside black and white. Now, as I said, this is the mist blue option. I've been using this, and I think it looks really good in person. Inside, we've got the new A19 chip, and performance has been rock solid. It's a 6-core CPU, 5-core GPU with neural accelerators, and a 16-core neural engine. For everyday stuff like scrolling through social media, gaming, messaging, all of that stuff, it's smooth, and it honestly has had no issues. And the hardware accelerated ray tracing really shows up in those more demanding games, all stuff that we're used to over the last few years with other phones. Compared to the A18 and the iPhone 16, on paper, it's a nice step up, not a massive leap, not something that I'm really noticing on day-to-day use, but it is a performance increase. Hopefully, it's good with power efficiency because this is a smaller device with a smaller battery. Hopefully, the A19 plays a big part in power efficiency and thermals. I know the Pro models have had some really good improvements in the thermal department, but this phone so far hasn't really gotten super hot at all, so I think it's doing pretty well. The front-facing camera is now 18 megapixels with center stage support, which is a first for iPhone selfie cameras. What's really cool is how you can take selfies in multiple orientations. So you have vertical, vertical wide, where it's kind of expanded a bit, landscape, and then the same thing, you have a landscape wide, without having to physically rotate the phone into landscape orientation. And it can also automatically do this for you based on how many people are in the frame. It'll just intelligently switch to whatever angle it thinks it can work best with. There's also ultra-stabilized video on the front camera, plus dual capture so you can record with the front and rear cameras at the same time, and up to 4K Dolby Vision 30 frames per second. This is honestly going to be a pretty big deal for you selfie lovers, vloggers, content creators, influencers, those who just really want an improved front-facing camera. You're going to really enjoy that on this phone. Now on the back, the camera's got a nice bump here as well. We've got the 48 megapixel main wide camera, and for the first time on the standard model, a 48 megapixel ultra wide. Last year's 16 only had 12 here. The ultra-wide now supports full 48 megapixel shots, including macro photography, which makes that a lot more useful. I'm personally still a telephoto fan myself. I really wish Apple went telephoto and wide for its 2-camera setups, but apparently a lot of you out there really enjoy and actually use the ultra-wide quite a bit. So I can't believe that I'm saying this, but I guess I'm in the minority on this one. The telephoto camera and the displays are typically the reasons why I go Pro over any other phone, and the 17 is so close to solving those needs for me. It's got the Pro display, it just doesn't have the telephoto. Now, when it comes to battery life and charging, Apple is rating the battery with up to 30 hours of battery life for video playback. I still don't understand why Apple measures it this way, but you get 30 hours, which is a big bump over the iPhone 16's 22 hours. And honestly, I was expecting the battery life to suffer with the new ProMotion display, but that really hasn't been the case at all. I still top it off most nights before heading home because, well, I was already doing that with my 16 Pro Max, so I'm kind of in that routine. And also, I just want to not have to worry about charging my phone after a never-ending doom scrolling session at night. So it's nice to have. And charging is faster, so with a 40-watt adapter, you can get up to 50% in 20 minutes, and wireless charging goes up to 25 watts now compared to last year's 22 watts. Finally, when it comes to connectivity, you do get a nice boost with Apple's new N1 chip for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Bluetooth 6 support is here, and honestly, I really haven't noticed a whole lot of improvements or any issues with Wi-Fi or Bluetooth so far. It's been a week, but yeah, I mean, it seems to be operating as normal, but hopefully I'll notice it in some places in my house, maybe where it's usually not as great. Maybe the Wi-Fi chip is performing a lot better compared to the others. So after a week, here's my take. Maybe it's a hot take, but compared to the iPhone 16, the iPhone 17 feels like the biggest upgrade Apple has given to the standard iPhone in years. You're getting pretty much a pro-level display, much tougher glass, way better cameras, especially getting a boost in the ultra-wide department, and pretty good battery life. And honestly, I don't really see the need why, unless you're a telephoto fan like me, and you want that new design and some of the other features, I don't know. I just don't really see why anyone would really go. If this is the size that you're looking for, I don't really know why people would go to the Pro. I'm just going to be honest. I think this phone has everything that you need. And again, I like telephoto, especially when I'm far back at concerts. I like to zoom in and have that optical quality. And this year, you're getting the 8X. So it just makes sense for me to go with the Pro. But I have been really enjoying this phone. And so far, I really haven't noticed any issues at all with just being down to the standard model. And that's largely just due to all of the improvements that I just talked about. So this might be the first time ever, I would say, if you got a 16 and you're on a yearly upgrade, or maybe you just want some of the things that I just talked about, I think you're going to actually enjoy a 1-year upgrade, which is crazy. If you're on anything older, I would say absolutely go ahead and upgrade. I think you'll notice that a lot of the improvements that I talked about are definitely worth upgrading to already. But would love to hear from you in the comments down below. What do you think about everything that I just talked about with the iPhone 17? Are you a fan? Do you think I'm hyping it up too much? Let me know in the comments down below. This is Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.